The stream up so we're on YouTube too, so we're recording and everything. Good morning, everybody. Ideally, what I wanted to see on gold when I first opened the charts today was I saw the previous volume profile. This is from Monday, Friday's price action, and it was pretty bullish. And then from overnight's price action, we had a low volume shelf. Where is it? We have a low volume shelf right over here. And I'm going to delete this for just a moment, or at least thin it out for a second. And show you guys how, let's see, how this was a 1 hour demand, but this right here is that low volume shelf. So right over here on our volume profile. So ideally around 3740. Now when I was looking at Bookmap before, I thought that 3740's got a lot of passive buyers sitting on there. 112 lots right now on gold. So sort of would like to see gold pull back first before we can continue. Previous day high is right here. Today's daily's open price is going to be right over here. I mean, we're definitely bullish on gold, no doubt about it. It's at all-time highs right now, too. It's just struggling to get out of this demand zone, and I'll show you guys that here on the hourly. So we have our basing, our rally, our pullback. So ideally, because we have taken out previous day high, this would be a higher low, and I would be looking for longs over here on gold. Unfortunately, this low volume shelf, man, it's really sticking out to me. So I might not end up taking this trade, and this trade might be the one that plays out because gold is going to try to hold that hourly. If that's the case, then we're just going to find another setup somewhere. It's 8:47. We have about 45 minutes till markets open. We could go over gold. We could go over NASDAQ, ES, NQ. We could also be patient on gold because we do have a low volume shelf right here around 52.4 to 55.4.5. 52.4, 55.5. That's going to be right in this fair value gap right here. So if I want to be patient for this setup, we hold this higher low and we create a bullish fair value gap to the upside off of that volume imbalance, then this could be my setup. And regardless, both would sort of look to line up as a 4-to-1. So we'll be patient. That's going to be my next setup that I want to take a look for. Sorry, I got a message, man. Can't read and stream. Oh, my mouse disconnected. Yo, reconnect. Don't do that. All right, there we go. That would suck. Imagine your mouse disconnecting in a trade, like in the middle of a trade, your mouse disconnects. Give me 1 sec. I'm just sending some clips. 'Cause I'm that guy. Half a second. Yeah, gold's holding there, man. That stinks, dude. I was in a long position just before I hopped on the stream, and I literally stopped out for break even, and then it had this rally after, but it's alright. It happens. We just gotta sort of come back to it, right? Let's see. Let the market play out, give us a new setup. Let's see. Damn, gold. Good to be a bull today on gold. We're gonna find some good longs then, man. Knowing how strong these buyers are, that's great. Sucks that I literally, guys, literally, look at this. Look at this. I was in at 49, and I got out at 49. 49.1 out at 49.1 because I didn't have confidence in this candle right here. But I should have had more confidence in this being my A plus setup, and my A plus setup being a previous day high taken out with strength, and us returning to either a 30-minute order block or an hourly order block or demand zone. And then obviously, us closing green from it, that would have been setup number 1, where it would have been closed green, take the trade there, stop loss at the low, that's your trade. Or waited for the retest and got in on the retest, which is essentially what I did. So definitely paper hand the hell out of that one. But like I said, we'll find another setup where we passed that volume imbalance, so that's great. Now look to see if we could find another setup on gold if it wants to hold this area. Now at this point, let's see, this is our volume profile. Now at this point, I would need to see this 5-minute close somewhere up here, like right up here, and then a retest into that area and a push higher. And that's what I'm looking for on gold right now. Let's see. Good morning, everybody. What are the bubbles on your chart? What's going on, bro? Good morning, Robert. So this is Bookmap. Bookmap is a order flow tool, so it sort of displays volume. So the level 2, time in sales, volume profile, that's all displayed here real simply for us to be able to read it. So like the big red bubbles, these are sell bubbles. Big green bubbles, these are buy bubbles. So I'm trading, I use TradeOvate as my broker, but execution-wise, this is TradingView. So TradingView for the charting and execution, and then broker-wise is TradeOvate. Yo, check this out. This is something, a little bit of a hint with Bookmap, guys, in order flow, with gold especially, is when they create these levels, a lot of times these are spoof levels. Like, check it out. When price was trying to move higher, it was like, oh, look, let's create, this looks like sellers, right? People think, oh, there's a lot of sellers stacking up. But because we see this whole area just printed right here, it hasn't been sitting there for a long time. That's another thing about Bookmap. Roberto was asking on YouTube what it was, and anybody here in Discord too, of course. The heavy levels we see on Bookmap are heavy passive orders. So right now, at this point, these were about 25, 30s, and then as soon as we started to push higher, they pulled them. So those orders went away, no longer relevant. Then they started to do it again. Price got higher again. They pulled them. So that's something I'd like to watch on gold. Looks like we're trying to get that retest now. Again, though, I wanted to see us hold above here on the 5-minute, then retest on that next one. But we can take a look and see how price is reacting right now. Let's see. Possible gold longs dipping in here into that 54s. But yeah, Roberto, anybody here on YouTube, guys, trade with me daily at bullishbrs.com. Become a monthly member, trade with me daily, lifetime as well. Lifetime's a little bit better in my opinion because it comes with the next level library, which has my 8-part futures program in it. Other than that, though, it's definitely good to be able to live trade with somebody who's sort of in a position that you're looking to be in, right? So I'm looking for 54s over here, low volume shelf. I'm looking for the 5-minute on gold to close above this area. This, they'd call it like a SIBI, where it's a sell side imbalance, buy side imbalance, whatever the hell. But I'm looking for us to close up here, retest, and then push higher. Could probably make this a little cleaner too. Delete that, and we'll put some nicer drawings on there. We're retesting that zone right now, which is, again, not what I wanted to see. But look at this big sell order. Sometimes what we'll see is we'll see a big sell order, which you would think, oh, we're going to continue. But once we start reversing after a big sell bubble gets in, that order is considered a trapped position because we're reversing to the opposite direction. So once we could see that at a key level or area of significance, like the one I have marked out right here, that's when we want to take that position knowing that this person, even though it was a lot of selling volume, it still was a lot of volume. So pretty important stuff there. This sucks. 5 minutes closing literally exactly right there. Hourly looks real nice for a reversal though, staying bullish. So we're going to look for a gold position, but we're going to be patient for a gold position. We're not going to do anything dumb. Yeah, bum, bum. All right, let's see. So now at this point, like I said, I'm sort of looking for the 5-minute. Didn't close above the area, but I'll look for a big sell bubble to sort of step in on gold, and I want to try to find some good buys. Website for the bubble chart. This is Bookmap. I'll send a link to Bookmap. Give me 1 second to find it. We do have an affiliate. Gives you 20% off the first month. Bookmap. And I'm gonna have, guys, I'm gonna have Bruce from Bookmap affiliate come on Futures Fever. That's the show I host on Benzinga. He'll come on that not next Wednesday, the following. So let me get that Bookmap affiliate link. Let's see, send that in Discord so I can send that to myself here on YouTube. Alright, there you go. Check that out. Oh, error. I cannot send it because it's an affiliate link through YouTube. That's so silly. Just try to use, if you're at checkout, just try to use code Bullishbrs. That should be able to save you some money. Dude, I'm really looking for a little manipulation into this 42s, and then just to push back up, and I'm gonna get in some longs on gold. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Gotta be patient, man. Gold, ES, and Q. So ES is at a 2-hour, is near a 2-hour demand right down here. So we'll add an alert there. NAS, this is not open or gap price anymore. Let's mark out our ES and NQ, guys. Take a few minutes to do that. Open price, previous day high, previous day low. Neither of them taken out on NASDAQ yet, but obviously higher highs, higher lows being made. We're in a bull trend. Demand zones, demand zones. 3-hour. It's a new demand zone right here. I want to see gold fail over here for just a moment, just so I can get a trade. The 2-hour right here. Let's see. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, guys. What's going on, y'all? Hope you guys are all having a great day. Hope you guys all had a great weekend. You're ready for a great trading week. We'll see what's popping. We'll check out Market AI in a minute to sort of go over some analysis, make sure there's no news we're missing. Economic calendars are looking pretty sturdy, looking pretty set this week. We have PMI, we had a few things lining up. Let's see, we had PMI, I'll pull up the calendar right now. I'd done a video on it. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now. We have PMI on Tuesday. Thursday we have GDP, that's right. And then we have CPE. Core Price Index. PCE, not CPE, PCE. So pretty stacked Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Gold's struggling right now, so it's what we want to see, but it's not really giving me like clean price action. I suppose if this 5-minute can now also close higher and we create a fair value gap right here, that could also line up for a possible trade. And that way we'd be able to find a bit more of a defined entry and possible stop. So we'll see. Bro, I'm freezing. I don't know where you guys are, but I'm in New York, and man, the weather was so nice a couple weeks ago, maybe a week ago. Now it's just brick. Brick. Good morning, guys. Morning, Kyle. Morning, Jay. DTG, DW, Ozzy. What's up, bro? Good morning, guys. Now, the reason I'm not jumping in longs here, right, even though I'm bullish on gold, is because we're not really seeing that follow through just at the moment. Yeah, look at the volatility kicking in. There's 9 o'clock, new hourly just opened. Let's check this out. I'm going to try to take this on gold here. Ooh, see if I can get filled at like 54.4. 54.4 fill. Stop loss at the low we just made. If it goes right to stop, it goes right to stop. But I am in gold longs now with the confidence of the daily bias. And it did give me that close and setup that I was looking for. So I would like to see if this could play out on gold. Now we have some buying pressure. That's great. Amazing, guys. Wow, that was a nice little turnaround quickly. Let's see if this wants to hold now. Pull this over here. Just keeping an eye on gold, being careful. Gotta be careful. This volatility that's kicking in is pretty nuts. CVD, Gold was trying to tick bullish before. It was at like 40%. Now it dropped all the way down to 11%. We want to see this hit high 30s, 40s, 70%. See strong bullish momentum on gold. We're above previous day high. We're above our open. I mean, I'm looking for new all-time highs on gold. This is all-time highs on gold up here, guys. We're trading the trend. I like that big buy order filling in there. There we go. I want to see some follow through on gold. Beautiful. Beautiful. See what we could do here. Nice. Nice. I'm going to look to get out of one to lock in some profits, possibly. We'll see. This is a really good follow through. I might not. I look for 60 as first TP. Nice, guys. Look at this. Beautiful. 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 That's what we like to see. Gold, give us another pop up here, man. Good volume up here, too. Let's see. We'll play it smart. Play it smart. We do want to lock in some. Oh, my goodness. You're welcome. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Money, money, money on that. Almost want to lock in gold right there. But that is fantastic. Let's try to get out of one at least. Come on now, gold. 8.4, 8.50, 8.4. Give us another run. That was nuts. Let's see, guys. I don't want to let this winner turn into a loser. There's great profits on there. But I don't want to try to get out, in a bad exit. Ooh, gotta be careful, guys. Let's see. How do we manage this? Let's see. Let's just be patient. I'm being patient, man. That's a wild pullback. I want to see where our point of control is on this 5-minute. If it's still higher, great. If it's not, that's a huge red flag. I need it to be higher point of control. Yo, load in. Load in. Bro, it's not loading. Okay, that's fine then. Come on now. We'll try to get out of one up here. Play it safe. I don't want to play it too safe, you know what I'm saying? But, looking for a gold trend here. Minute 40 left. Hourly was looking bullish too. That's another reason I liked this. But now we're sort of struggling here. So be careful. A lot of people tried longs near the high of this candle and are getting wicked around right now. So I want to be patient. I don't want to get out now in case we want to continue. But I don't want to let this winner turn into a loser. But we got to be so careful because that could definitely possibly happen here. So we're just going to be a little careful, possibly move our stop loss up a little bit, and really just have some faith in these positions. See if some buyers could step back in for another leg on gold. CVD's trying to spike cumulative volume delta and the market pulse bullish. Here we go, gold. Give us another run up here. Let's see if we can get out of one near like 58.7. Here's 58.4. There we go, 58.6, 58.7. Boom, out of one. Guys, amazing. So now I have to come over to my quantity, and I just change that down to one contract. Amazing, guys. Fantastic. Fantastic. Somebody said, did you use a fair value gap? Ooh, chopping around here. Guys, I'm getting out that last contract. That was a great exit. Great trade management. Great overall. Before the market's even open. It's 9:04, and we could say we're done for the day right there. That's fire, bro. That's amazing. Alright, good stuff, guys. Good stuff, ladies and gents. Nice little quick trade on gold. So you use all three platforms to begin with: Trade08, TradingView, and Bubble Chart. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bubble Chart is super helpful. This is the order flow. This is where I could see like the volume analysis and passive orders. Like this right here could be a possible higher low on gold. Ooh, yo, I'm glad I got out there, man. We're staying patient. But yeah, I use my technical analysis, so like TradingView for like fair value gap, supply and demand zone, even the volume profile tools here. And then I use Bookmap for the really quick moves, like the intraday, like I see Bookmap as some people explain it as like it's like an X-ray vision into the market, into the volume, because instead of using a level 2 and time and sales, we're able to see it mapped out. Bookmap, right? It's mapped out. It's mapping out the top of the book. So really, dude, what an exit, by the way. Holy crap. What an entry and exit. Whew. It might continue, man. I might be saying what an exit right now, but then it's just going to skyrocket from here. But I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Yes, and NQ, they still open in 25 minutes, so we still have time to go over those now. That's awesome. This might be a possible re-entry zone right here on gold. Stop the low we just made. But like I said, that was a fantastic trade. Very clean. I sort of want to be patient on it now because we are trading at all-time highs, so it is a little bit of a tougher trade. But yo, overall, great stuff, guys. Fantastic. Look at that gold, man. Gold wants to keep going. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yo, crazy. Crazy. Let's see. Alright, so let's do some NASDAQ and ES now. Just so you know, Roberto, he was asking about the platforms, and again, everybody here in the community too. If you're getting started, and a lot of people are like, well, which platform do I get started with? Right? Because every platform's worth money. Everybody wants money, yada, yada, yada. Wow, gold, okay. Just love getting the bias, right? Absolutely killer. Um, Platform wise, you can start with free TradingView. You don't have to pay for TradingView right off the bat. Only issue with that is you're not going to get the volume footprint charts. Now those I do check periodically. Those help me with trend continuation. I wouldn't say they're necessarily the make or break of my system and strategy, right? So it's something that you could sort of give or take. Bookmap, this one is definitely, in my opinion, a must. It's a necessity in terms of being able to read that order flow and volume. Even if you do use other tools of volume, like a volume profile like this, plot out a volume profile, a volume footprint, like you could possibly not do TradingView and do, not do Bookmap and do TradingView Premium so you get the volume footprint and use that instead of the Bookmap. But I just really like how Bookmap is created. I like how it simplifies the volume and how it displays it too. Bro, gold doing its thing. Yo, good morning, Marziti. What's going on, bro?
Joy to you, brother. Um, Not exactly the same as Bookmap, but NinjaTrader is if you have an account on Tradovate,
Or like an Apex account.
you can use NinjaTrader at no charge. And that what I just posted in Maine is the combination of two or three scripts, but essentially it creates you a Bookmap similar looking layout, probably more like Jigsaw than Bookmap, but you get the idea. It shows you the levels and everything like that. And so, in that regard, there, and one of the other things about Ninja Trader is that very, very little PC footprint. Does It's not a resource hog. Bookmap, because it's Java based, can be a pretty big CPU hog and memory hog. So I've really come to like Ninja Trader because it's kind of Swiss Army knife kind of thing.
Yeah, cool. Thank you, Marzetti. Go looking. Alright, guys. Gold chopping around up here. Really struggling to break above 59 right now. But because we're also struggling to sell off from it, it's almost like price is squeezing. So I would be patient. I'd be looking to possibly buy the lows, sell the highs, trade that little intraday range we have right now, but that's about it. Looking at ES and NASDAQ. NASDAQ right now, we're making higher highs, we're making higher lows. What's the trend? Everybody knows. It's bullish. We're at all-time highs. Markets have been bullish lately. You guys saw I was marking out some zones. I have a 6-hour demand zone down here. Now, a lot of people might be like, well, 6-hour, you don't really use a 6-hour. You use a 6-hour, you could use a 7-hour, you could use a 7.5 hour, you could use a 6 hour and 15 minute. I've seen people use like 690 minutes. You use whatever time frame you want. The point of using and having different time frames available to you to look at isn't so much so we have a zone on every time frame, but it's so that when we find these areas of consolidation, like we had right over here, an area of consolidation, at a pivot low, like we have right there, then we know, okay, this area of consolidation has to be, well, not only that, but it had a big strong break to the upside. This consolidation had a lot of buying volume because we had good follow through afterwards. So what do? We come to different time frames and we try to find which time frame best suits our demand zone. 45-minute, no. 90-minute, no. It still looks like chop. 1 hour, No, it's still chopping over there, but it looks like we have our red candles, green, green, green. Maybe a 2 hour. A little bit, look at that. We even have a 2 hour demand zone right there. That would also work. 3 hour, not so much. 4 hour, not really. And that's where I was able to come to the 6 hour and find that. But like I said, there's a 2 hour there as well. So don't think, oh, well, if I don't have the 6 hour chart, I'm not going to be able to find that. Absolutely not. Like I mentioned before, as long as you're finding that point of consolidation before a strong move, you're going to be able to find that zone. Now, on the 45-minute, we do have a supply zone on NASDAQ at 24,850. Now, we had a 15-minute supply zone, it looks like, right over here. And this one held as resistance yesterday. So we came to demand, then we held demand, then we broke it, and then we held it as support. But now we're back below it again, and it's holding as resistance. At least it's trying to. So now what I can also do is I could delete that because we broke that yesterday and we held it yesterday. It's no longer relevant to me. Right now what I'm doing is I'm going to my time frames and I'm just trying to find this zone right here. So I marked out this big green rectangle yesterday, but I want to figure out why because I didn't put a trend line with a time frame on it. So I want to figure out what time frame did I find that. Okay, well it looks like it was a very small hourly candle. But that hourly, check it out, that was a resistance, resistance, then it was support, now we're back below it, could possibly be resistance again. So because it's a possible zone, this is considered an area of interest. We can mark it out with sort of like a blue tint to give us an idea that it is a zone where there are buyers or sellers, but it's not a supply or demand zone. So it's just a zone to be aware of, and we'll probably not place any trades in it. Gold doing its thing, trying to pull back again. That's fantastic. Sort of considering longs again in this low volume shelf down here near 54s to 53s. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So you only trade Apex prop firm? I trade Apex. I also trade my own TradeOvate account as well, but it's definitely good if you are getting started with futures to do like an Apex prop firm with TradeOvate because then it gives you the data, it gives you TradingView as an integration. It's really a great cheap option. But futures, man, futures are where it's at. Options are pretty steady too. If you like options, trade options. Market, man, opens in 17 minutes. We got a little time there. I like that buyers are trying to hold the bottom of this range. We see here on gold now. Look at this volume profile right here. Before price got up here, there was no volume, or at least high volume profile up here. But when we get into these high volume profile areas, this is when price can sort of tends to range, right? Where we range to the high of it, we range to the low of it. So we wouldn't want to take any trades in the middle of it. We would want to either buy the lows or sell the highs, sort of like I've been doing with gold. Let's see. Oh no, Google's making me log back in. Yeah, look at that, guys. Gold with another hold off of that low. Fantastic. Bro, that's really funny. YouTube, I just tried to reload YouTube's thing, and it went, a little monkey popped up and it said, error. Alright, let's see, guys. Let's see. Gold trying to hold again. I just gotta see. Oh, that's right. His name is Dan. I was trying to figure out. So, there's the other guy that makes videos for Benzinga too. His name is Life or Leaf. Life, I think. Leif. And he was asking where I got the clip from for my recent, meta post. And it was the guy, I got it from the guy that says, you know the guy that got famous off of the videos? Well, hey, what do you, he stops people in really nice cars and he goes, what do you do for a living? And that's like that's his whole shtick. But I got the clip from him. I'm pretty sure his name is Dan. Guys, I'm looking for gold to sweep into this 54s. If it holds, I'll take longs again. So look, every time gold tries to hit these lows, we end up finding buyers. So I don't want to sell these lows. I know a lot of people might be looking at this and going, "Oh, look, look at this. Gold's getting weak. We're creating lower highs. We're going to sell off." Meanwhile, all they have to do is go on the 15-minute and see, no, we're not. We're creating higher highs, higher lows. I don't think we're going to sell off here. So add our drawings back. We find areas of lows, areas that have sort of been manipulated, and then find that break and reversal. So here's 54.9. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday, man. Hope you guys all had a great weekend. All right, gold pushing into that zone. Buyer trying to step in there. Give me 1 sec. I'm not taking it yet. Never take it on the first reaction. Wait a second. Wait to see how it reacts. Give it a little time here. CVD's ticking red right now. Not CVD, Market Pulse. My apologies. I always do that. I'm gonna try it on gold here. Just want to be a little careful. I'm gonna be a little careful because I feel like we could dip again. But I'm back in longs on gold. Nice. Remember, just buying the lows, selling the highs. Trading the trend. Nice. I like how this set up down there. This looks solid. We'll see. 220 left. I want to see how the 5-minute, what's it called, looks. Point of control. Yeah, that's a bit of a red flag right there. We want to see point of control. We want to see this low volume up here start to pick up. Like this 24, 27, 39. Like, yo, this needs to hit like 50, 70, 100. Without that, it might fail again. Let's try it 40, 50, not even, not yet. 50, 47. Starting to pick up a little bit, just barely. Really got to see that follow through. Let's see. Struggling. Thinking of exiting. But we'll wait. We'll see. Nice. There we go. 80. There we go. 80s. 60s. Volume starting to pick up 60s again. Minute left on this 5-minute. Got to see this pop right here. My biggest concern is the 15-minute created a little bit of a basing candle right here. But again, seeing that we're bullish, I don't really want to assume this is going to become a supply zone without it actually selling off first, right? We want to let our candles come to us, and we want to react, not predict. Volume looks like it's still building up here on gold. I would like to see us run towards at least this recent high. Good morning, guys. What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday, man. We're killing gold this morning left and right. Love to see it. We'll, let's see. We'll get out of a gold contract at some point over here. Nice. Listen, if we could blast through this spot right here, I'd like to see us just freaking annihilate to the upside on gold. There we go. Nice. Blast right through it, man. 58s, 59s. Remember, though, last few times we were up here, buyers got trapped. Buyers got stuck, so be careful. Might look to get out of one up here. Markets still haven't opened yet. Hourly was what was keeping me bullish, too. So we could just sort of be patient on this. We had that last little leg lower. This is where we got in those longs. So we could be real patient. Just let gold come to us if it wants to. And if it goes to stop, it goes to stop. Move stop loss up a little bit to that recent low we just made. Cool. Check a point of control on that last 5 minute. I hope it's higher. Damn it, 150. It's not, but volume did start to pick up towards the last few minutes of that 5 minutes, so we'll stay in it. I want to see this current candle's point of control move higher. We do have 53 right here, which is pretty close to that 55, but if we fail to move higher from here, we might not get back up there again. So let's see, there's 70 now. I want to see volume pick up. Positive delta. There we go. Real struggle right now. Real range bound on gold for the past, like, what's this? 20 minutes. Nothing crazy. Chopping its way higher, it seems. But really struggling to break to new all-time highs. We could check market AI. There we go. I was going to say we check market AI to get a little bit of a in-depth look on gold. GC. Gold futures surged at all-time high above 37.10 an ounce, gaining nearly 1% today and rising over 10% over the last month. There we go, gold. The rally is driven exponential. Oh my goodness. The rally is driven by expectations of further Federal Reserve rate cuts following recent easing signals, ongoing geopolitical tensions, and robust central bank buying. So that was a pretty big one for a while now. I actually covered a video on that about a month or two ago on how banks are buying gold like we haven't seen since the 80s. So that's pretty crazy. We'd like to see, that's great safe haven drives, right? So what else is pushing gold right now? Federal rate cuts, geopolitical risk, central bank buying, and a weak dollar. We could also look at the dollar. Swear dollar is Dollar is definitely weak today, no doubt about it. Guys, we're just killing it on gold. I'd hate to call it a day super early, but if this thing wants to keep going, man. Whoo! Look at this, dude. Crazy. Even if we cut it here, what are we looking at? 5 to 1? We'll get out of one contract up here. Sayonara. 59.1 is where I'm looking to get out of one. Give me one little leg up. Get out of one contract. For a 5 to 1 risk to reward on that. Struggling off this 58.7 right now. A little bit of a spread coming here, but all buying volume, so I wouldn't be too concerned. Minute 13 left. How's our point of control on this 5 minute? It's trying its best to move higher. Volume's definitely trying to move higher with price. Just gotta look for some follow through. Possibly look to move TP for a second. Look to see how this candle wants to close. Moving stop loss up at least. Struggling a bit off these highs, man. We'll move our take profit, at least one of them, back to this 59. See if we get one more quick leg up. But I'm not liking that buyers keep failing off these highs, 58s, 59s. I do like that we're creating higher highs. Do like we're creating higher lows. But we'll play it safe and get out of one up here. 23 seconds left. Do you use certain settings on Bookmap? Not really. I think it's all basic settings. Like this is the Bookmap itself is pretty basic. Only tools I really use on it would be like the market pulse. That's these indicators down here. That measures volume and price movement like on these intraday moves. So if we're really like quickly moving to the upside or downside, it's going to show you on the market pulse like, hey, we're squeezing bullish, hey, we're squeezing bearish. It also has like an overbought and oversold thing on the chart below, so that's pretty cool too, and works good buy and sell indicators. Not liking the struggle we're seeing here on gold, but markets open in 5 minutes. We're staying patient. Now, when I say markets open in 5 minutes, I don't necessarily mean that because it's going to make a difference for gold. It's going to make more of a difference for the ES and NQ. But it is good to be aware of it. Sometimes we do get some stronger, consistent moves when New York session opens. Really looking for this to be the last spot gold wants to sort of range back to before giving us that next last leg. But unfortunately, it doesn't really matter what I want, because if I'm looking at the 5 minute right here, if I'm looking at the 1 minute right here, we're very range bound. I should be getting out at the highs, right? So let's try to get out at the highs. It might all come back all the way down to stop loss on this trade, guys. My thing is like bugging out. Give me 1 second to try to fix this. Oh, nice. I moved it and it fixed itself. So if I get out of one at 58.5, that'd be great. Because that would give me then confidence to move my stop loss to break even, hold this last one to new all-time highs, or to my stop loss. I almost just want to completely exit it here, lock in some 440. Want to see that break back up, though. Oh, I don't like, look at this, guys. They're adding that again there. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. This is a big red flag for me on gold right now. When they add this, they think they're like manipulating us, right? That if you're using a regular level 2 right now on gold, 55 through 52 would look crazy heavy, and then boom, it looks like nothing. Because they wanted us to think, oh, it's heavy, they're holding us as support. We're not going lower, I gotta buy this now. And then boom, we do go lower. So I'm out of it. That was a nice little exit there, a nice little scalp. But overall, great day. Great day. I wouldn't look for gold anymore unless we're looking at same thing, buy the lows, sell the highs. But this is a pretty small intraday range between 54 and 58. Possibly look for NASDAQ to reject off its open price, so futures open price and a 45-minute supply zone both line up at exactly 24,850. Oh, so check it out on gold. They just added these levels up here. Now, same thing. I think they're going to pull them, and we're going to push higher now. See how quick things change in the market? We got to be able to adapt quickly to them. Guys, give me 1 minute. I'm going to grab a water before the market's open. Yo, good morning, Kyle. What's going on, bro? Guys, drop a good morning. Say hello. Let me know what you're looking to trade today, and let me know how your weekend went. Good morning, good morning. So, alrighty. So, what are you guys trading? Did you guys take any gold trades with me so far? That is wild that I could have had this on the run, but that's alright. Had the demand zone. I just really wanted to see this 37.44. You know what it is too, though? This 37, excuse me, this 37.44, this is sort of what's giving me the idea that we might want to break lower one more time first. But the issue with that is that would require a, oh, okay, 12-point pullback, 13-point pullback, and then a 20-point rally. That's not major compared to what we've been doing lately on gold. So that's possible, right? We always want to ask ourselves, is our trade possible? And is it probable? If we could answer yes to both of those, then it sounds like we have a decent trade setting up. Markets open in 10 seconds. 5, 4. We didn't mark out ES. 3, 2. I had a demand zone to the downside. Markets open. Possible 850 short on NASDAQ. I say possible, not probable. But we'll see how we line up when we get there, right? All depends. Let's see. We can take a look at our where's our previous session high and low? Okay, we're rejecting previous
Thinking
session
about a
high.
short on gold.
You're short on gold? Nice.
Thinking about it,
Oh,
yeah.
be careful, man. Definitely going against the trend on a short, but for a scalp or even like a quick trade, definitely might have some push to it. Because I do want to see us return to the 44s.
37.54 being on the books. There we go.
Equity's pretty weak right now. Apple, ooh, Apple's near 250. That's sick. Bro, I gotta start getting some long terms. All right, let's see. I'm looking for Nasdaq to push into this 850 area and start to reject. Look for an entry in there.
Okay, it was a good little scalp. I did take it south. That was good. It was a Bollinger Band trade. Worked pretty well.
Nice. Bollinger Bands.
Now, from an ICT standpoint, you've got your highs back here around 7 a.m., your lows about 8:30-ish. You've done a pullback, got a volume node. ICT would say we should roll south back down around 37.49-ish, but I'm thinking it may be a little bit more looking on the higher time frame though. We're bullish as far as the slope goes.
Yeah. How's VIX looking? If VIX is dropping right now, VIX is trying to drop right now. Be patient. We are at the highs on NQ. Don't take this long up here. I was thinking of shorts up here, but I don't want to take shorts up here either with that. Actually, we'll give it one go. One position, stop loss at 59. I do want to be a little careful. Only reason I am giving it a shot is because the weighted index looks so weak right now off a previous session high, and we're in a supply zone. But stop loss at the high, and what's going to happen is if we do break this area on NASDAQ, I'll use it as a retest and I'll enter it long, right? So I'll be able to flip the position. So short at 50, stop loss around 60. Rejection on Microsoft. Google's pumping though. Amazon dropping to the downside. A lot of equities are in a tough point right now. Pop on Meta, pop on Google. That's unfortunate. I'm thinking NASDAQ feels that. Just be patient. Again, don't buy it while we're in a supply zone, but also be patient on the shorts, right? We want to wait for the reaction first. Might stop me out on this. Let's see, getting some resistance. Here's a seller trying to step in and they failed. But 55s are consolidating right now.
Gold has a volume level down at
Nice.
37.48-ish, 37.48-ish. We're in a fair value gap on the 1 minute right now. But if we do continue to move south, I think we're going down to 37.48. I'm short. I did take a short here, but so we've got some liquidity from the 843 candles down here about where that volume node is around the 37.48. So definitely, I think we could be moving that way for as a liquidity run.
Gotcha. 55 is a real struggle on NASDAQ here. If we break 55 to the upside, 59.75 is my stop loss on the shorts. I'm short at 50 right now. But equities are real strong, so want to be a little patient on that. I wanted to see this weighted index was consolidating, so with the weighted index weak at a previous session high, that's a key level. NASDAQ at a resistance point. A lot of people could be buying right at the market open. And VIX is also near a key level too. So a few things are lining up for resistance up here on NASDAQ. I'm short just one contract. I'm not a fan of how that 5 minute closed, but all we need is one 5 minute to close red out of that supply zone. We'll just be patient, but again, I'm thinking buys want to hold that we break to the upside. But we'll wait. We'll see.
All
Stop
right, I'm
loss
out
or
of the
nothing.
gold short. Gold went down to a GEX level, and then rejected there at 37.50.
Nice. Some selling pressure coming in. Equity's sort of weak right now, trying to fall. There we go, Nas. Give us a little move here. I want to watch our weighted index down here. Want to see this thing sell off. The weighted index could start sell off. Nasdaq's gonna go bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you later. Sayonara. See you tomorrow. This area was resistance 34 before, so if we could break back below 34, that's ideal. If we hold it, that could be support. I might look to get out of some these NAS shorts if we look to hold this. I'll get out near like 38. Got in around 50, but let's see if we could break that. There we go. There's 34. Ooh, trying to consolidate. Let's see. Equity's pretty weak though. There's 34 again. Come on, hit that 33. Hit 33. Oh, it's so close. Dude, 34 even. Oh my goodness.
Smack that ass.
Yo, you had me for a second. For a split second there I was like, whoa, ask.
I got out. There's like 500 trap sellers down there. It couldn't break.
Yeah, I know. I was a little. I did not exit. I'm gonna look to possibly get out if we get another little dip for a second. If we get a dip for a second, I'm definitely getting out of these. Where are we at? Equity's still low-key weak. I'll wait.
Actually, yeah, we had it holding, but there's 500 at the bottom and about 2,500 above them.
Nice.
And they were trying to push it down below, and the 500 got trapped. The others got pushed above, right? Then buy orders came in, and they just puked. I think they reversed their positions. I don't think it's gonna. No, I got out.
Let's see. Oh, gap fill price is right over here. That's a cool gap fill price, right above our supply zone. It's gonna stop us out soon. 55. Let's see. 55 holding. Weighted index struggling. We broke that recent 5-minute high. Want to see us hold below it now. But it might not. Volume, point of control just popped to the upside. So volume and price is definitely accepting higher. Absolutely killed it on gold, guys. And we'll wait for gold to possibly retest that low volume shelf too. So I'm still holding this NAS long. Essentially, what would really keep me bearish is if the 15 could start breaking lower and start to break towards like this area. That would require this 5 minutes to close red and the next 5 minutes to also push red too. So I'm going to give it a minute 5 to close. I'm still short NAS off of 850. Stop loss is still 860. And take profit. Let's see. We don't really have demand till 713, but we could at least go for pre-market lows around 740. So it's going to be 101 points right there from our entry if we hold. We'll see. 15-minute. There we go. Look at that, guys. Getting exactly what I was looking for. 30 seconds left, though. Got to be careful. 36, 35. This was holding as support earlier on NAS, so be careful, man. Nice. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Pew pew. Let's see. Two seconds, beautiful. Yo, that's awesome. Okay, that 5 closed how I wanted. A rejection off of that supply zone. 2 wicks into it too at that. I wanted to see where our point of control is, but I don't think it's going to load in time. And again, quite honestly, when we're looking for things, if it doesn't load in, not that it doesn't matter. It matters in the sense of it helping us on our trade, but it doesn't matter in the sense that if you don't look at it, the market's going to do whatever the market wants to do regardless. I want to see sellers hold us. I want to see us try to push lower. My biggest issue is this 59 buyers sitting up here. I feel like price might want to try to continue up there. We could look for possibly VWAP and still wait for that 15-minute to close. Now we're getting our 5-minute right near that area I wanted us to close on the 15. but that still hasn't happened for another 4 minutes. Selling volume, selling volume. Amazon weak, Apple rejecting off of 50s. Yo, if Apple could get back below 250, that'd be great, but it's holding 250 as support. Nice, there we go, equities. Weighted index struggling here too. VIX, look at that, guys. That's that key level on VIX I was talking about. It hit it and it rejected to the upside, right? And NASDAQ was rejecting to the downside. That's our A+ setup right there. NASDAQ resistance, VIX at support. Beautiful. That's the way, I don't know if you guys watched a few episodes ago, Futures Fever, I had that, what's his name? Socrates guy come on. And he trades same thing, supply demand, key levels, and he uses the VIX. It's a basic enough strategy and basic enough system that you can learn it. You just have to be patient for it. Staying patient on this, man. Nice break there. 310 left in the 5-minute. A lot of selling volume and selling delta too. So that is fantastic. 3 minutes left though. So we're going to wait. I'm definitely going to wait. I really want to see where the point of control... There we go. Yeah, volume was starting to pick up to the downside. I just want to see this point of control of 540 move lower down here, like near these 270s. I want to see these 200s turn to 300s, these 100s turn to 200s. Like, we want to see volume accept to the downside. We do have some support now sitting at 820. Good morning, everybody. If you're here on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and join me for Futures Fever this week. If you guys got any requests on who you want me to have on the show, please let me know. And if you have any connections of a good futures trader who you would want to see on the show, let me know too. I think I got to find somebody for this week still. So guys, what I say, the 15-minute has to close in our favor as a rejection somewhere down here. We have 2 minutes left. That's plenty of time for it to close up here or close down here. So we're just going to wait. Not going to get out of our short position up here on a pullback, but we're also not going to swap our position up here because we're pulling back. We did technically hit this fair value gap, but we also wicked below it too. So I'm just being patient. Letting that 15-minute close, because guess what? That 15 is also going to give me our orb. Orb high, orb low. I'd like to see us start to reject here on this buyer. If we continue, this 15 is most likely not going to close in our favor. I'm probably going to move my stop loss. Where are we at? Move my stop loss to that recent high we have, 56. Because that was, remember when we were short down here, it's like my biggest issue is that 860 up there. 40 seconds left, man. Not looking ideal on these longs, on these shorts. Yo, it's not letting me adjust my position. What's going on? There we go. Bro, it's bugging. I almost want to exit the position. The broker's bugging. It's a buggy broker. The broker's broken. 4 seconds left, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and we're not getting the close we want, so I'm just going to manually exit right there. So I'm out.
Sellers are real strong on gold right now.
Nice. Nice, good stuff. Yeah, I want to see gold, man. Those 37.44s. Yeah, look at that big seller there on gold. Nice. Bro, we were good on that exit. Killed it on gold today. Did alright on Nas. No, yeah, just gold, Nas was a break even. So guys, it's Monday. It's 9:45. I'm considering my account's done for the day because of those gold trades. And I'm gonna stay on the stream. We'll see if any setups do occur. Naz
Switch
is,
the paper.
yeah, switch to paper. Could always get like an Apex account just to like have like fund it, and then just have an account too to trade on once you hit your daily goal to have like multiple accounts. Because then too you're also building cushion, you're building new accounts, and you're not trading your own account. But not a bad idea. Naz is really struggling with this supply zone up here. My biggest concern is that we've been in a bit of a bull trend lately. Look how strong our daily candles have been. So once we start struggling to sell, that's a big red flag immediately. Definitely a red flag we're failing to break through it, but both ways, it's a 50-50 trade. We don't take those, and it's not even a 50-50 trade because again, we're going against the trend. So now it's a 40-60 trade, and we're trading that 40. We don't want to do that. So now also at this point with this supply zone, we rejected it once, right here. Rejected it once, but then we failed and came back to it. Now we're trying to reject it again, and we're failing again. What's happening with price, guys, is we're rejecting it, failing, and price begins to squeeze. Once price squeezes, and it fails to break down, there's only one other direction we can go. We always joke with random. I don't know where he's at. He's not in here. But we say we're either going up or we're going down. But right now, I really have very little confidence in either direction. I'd have more confidence in the shorts because of the supply zone. That'd usually be my rule of thumb. But I have more confidence in longs because we're taking out previous... no, we haven't taken out previous day high. That'd give me idea of a range. Wow, yo, gold going bye-bye, see ya.
Gold just made a full measured move off of the 943 candle.
Yo, gold, you're going crazy, bro. 44, or 43, or 40. 40 is real big. 37.40, that was from pre-market. We were looking at that. So that's been there for a while now.
VWAP on gold down at 44 even.
Oh yeah, where's
Well,
VWAP? Wow. Oh yeah, nice. 44 even. Dude, that's crazy. That's the level I was watching as a low volume shelf. I didn't even see VWAP on there.
all right, so gold has got a volume node here at 48.5-ish. Remember, volume nodes are
Boom.
areas. So it can chop around on this a little bit while it picks a direction. But the other volume node above us was at 37.56-ish. And you can see we did run back up to that around 940. And then now we've moved down to the next node here at 48.5-ish. So we are, kind of playing some ping pong with volume nodes.
Nice, nice. Yo, guys, NASDAQ gave us that break. Remember, we were just talking about it. It failed to break down off that supply zone twice. We're squeezing. Price will usually give us that pop, and that's exactly what it did. So now I want to see NASDAQ continue higher, and I want to see us leave this area as a low volume shelf or a LVN or a fair value gap, possibly both. But we need to really see price continue now on NASDAQ before giving us that setup. And if it doesn't continue, guess what? It's going to reverse. Then we're better off not taking the position. So we'll wait on that. Gold is still dumping. We wanted to see gold near 44. And yeah. Yeah.
So from the 3:30 pre-market time, we've got a liquidity volume. We've got a couple liquidities here. One at actually 37.46, and then another down here at 37.43-ish, which is just below VWAP. The 1-day max Menthor Q level is 37, call it 41. So we have quite a few targets to the south if we're going to do that.
Nice. I found it. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Gold pulling back still. We got big buyer on gold around 49.50. But volume wise, price action wise, bearish price action right here. I want to see us try to push towards these lows and possibly sweep them. Gotta update my VWAP now because it updated. We're going to style, upper band, lower band, band fill off. Let's see. NAS trying to hold, and it is creating that fair value gap that we were looking for it to create. So that's awesome. Sort of the same setup that gold was giving us, right? Except gold gave us that weird news candle that like gave us the wick through. But once we started to hold, that's when we took our long, stop at the low we just made, and then boom. I'd give that trade 5 big booms, but I'm not going to. Alright, let's see.
Gonna turn into the Costco guys now.
Bro, it's so funny. The Costco guys.
Don't quit your day job, man.
Are you telling me I can't go around Costco doing ridiculous stuff with my Meta Ray-Bans on? But guys, I'm trading with Kev. I have 2,100 followers on Instagram.
Go for it. Marzetti can be the Rizzler. It would be great.
There we go. Now we're talking.
I can be the what?
I was gonna say Marzetti probably doesn't know what the hell we're talking about. It's stupid TikTok trend. These couple guys, not couple guys, a dad and his son. What was it? Dad and his son, I guess, is his cousin, or are they friends? But they went by the Costco guys, and it's a funny little shtick, to say the least.
Okay.
I'll find the link and I'll send it to you.
I've actually had a strange interest lately in watching sumo wrestling. I've never watched it before, and YouTube threw it to me and said, "You might like this." And I watched it and I was like, "That's kind of cool." You know,
Oh, that's cool.
incredibly big tradition and stuff. You don't have a bunch of Hulk Hogan ego yelling and screaming in there. Uh, but it's, they're pretty short matches because the whole idea is to throw somebody out of the ring, and
Yeah.
it's a small ring.
Oh, here we go. This is
Dude,
cool.
sumo wrestlers are legit.
Yeah. Yo, check it out. Check it out. This is Oz. You in here? Yeah, Oz. Check it. So this is, and everybody else too. Orb by levels. This is an edgeful indicator. So it'll plot out for you once the orb is mapped out. Orb extension levels. So if we come to edgeful, what's cool with edgeful is it gives us, right, it's our statistic based platform. And log in. Continue. Secret password. But our 0.5 is about to get hit. Our 0.5 hits 50% of the time. Boom, hit. So that would have been if you had like an algo trade. That would have been TP hit there. Let's see.
All right, I forgot to check if we have a 10 o'clock event, but
We do
5 minutes. Okay. All right. We do not.
Yeah, we're clear.
However, 10 o'clock is the top of the hour, and that's when a lot, top of the hour. Signet talks a lot about that, but there is definitely something to it that you'll just see certain things. You'll see the markets will start to move at the top of the hour for some reason.
That's pretty cool, man. All right, possible long on NAS, right? right off of that 56 if we could pull back to it. Good morning, everybody. What's going on? We got tons of fun gadgets. We got Bookmap. We got Market. We got Trading View. We got Want Data sitting in the back somewhere. Benzinga Pro. What else we got? We said Edge Full. Hit the 60s. We hit the 60 to a T right there. To a 6T. I'm looking for around what's that, 54 it looks like. Let's get rid of this edge full by levels. I don't need that. Marza, do you still have the algo or nah?
No.
Nah.
No, I dropped it. I mean, it was $300 a month, and to be honest, I just wasn't using it.
Yeah.
I've still got the the $50 a month plan, but or whatever it costs. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know sometimes about whether I want to use it or not.
Nah, I gotcha.
Um,
You know,
Price, I still do okay with price action, so you
yeah.
know, it's sort of like, well, why am I paying for this? I do agree that statistical trading, if that's the kind of person that you are. Um, I know my personal nature. I'm kind of impulsive and waiting for these statistical things and all that kind of stuff to play out. It's just not my nature to hold long trades. Signet can hold a long trade. Great for him. Jeremy holds a trade about the length of a
Sentence.
goldfish's attention span, and then you're in the middle of that. Um, but I'm a little bit more like you in that
Yeah.
regard. There, I like to see a trade go ahead and get on, or let's move on to something else.
Exactly, exactly. Either play out or we'll take the small stop and we'll find our next setup. Nas pulling back, man. Trying its best. 60 is trying to absorb. Here we go. Weighted index is down. Excuse me. Weighted index is down. Meta's rejecting a daily supply zone right now. That's cool. Could be an area to buy some meta puts. Just saying. Just saying. But we'll see.
All right, well, gold coming back up to that volume level. Uh, this is the intraday volume level here, 30, what, 37.56, 5-ish. Um, so as you can see, we're playing some ping pong between these volume levels. Um, on the 15-minute, that's also the mid band for the Bollinger. So we're staying in we're respecting levels on the Bollinger, and we're respecting volume nodes, and that's one of the things that you want to kind of pay attention to. But it kind of helps to know other trading strategies and things like that, be it volume nodes or trend lines or this, that, the other, because some days you want to say, well, what is it respecting?
Right.
It may be a moving average, or whatever. And that's just one of those things you want to say, what is it respecting today? And try and identify that and then use that to your advantage.
Yep. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Here is our 10 o'clock. Check our hourly candles. Check our 4-hour candles. 2-hour, I believe, closed just now, too. 3-hour did not yet. 45 hasn't. 30-minute, 15-minute, those have. So now I'd like to see if we could sweep that recent 5-minute low and go into that support zone and then push higher. Some selling pressure on Nas. Gold ended up coming back to its demand zone we had right here. right? We had this green zone right here is our 1 hour demand on gold, and that held very well this morning for the long position. Held again right now when we pulled back to it before. So 8+ zone right there, very good. NAS and ES pulling back, possible long position at 855 on NASDAQ. Just need to see our equities hold up. Apple pushing above 251.50. 251.50. Nvidia pretty range bound, but holding above 175, still within its previous day's range. Google trying to break above its VWAP, but struggling. Meta selling off of its daily supply zone. Looks good there for some possible swing puts. But we will see. Oh, check it out actually. We've been rejecting the supply zone for 1, 2, 3 days now. This is day 3. So Meta at rejection. Apple skyrocketing. Apple could be a nice little swing trade for anybody that trades options for going into tomorrow, from today into tomorrow. Just an overnight swing. Google grinding higher. Nvidia within its range. And Amazon also trying its best to hold that key 227 level. Weighted index struggling, and we also have our VIX down here, which has been continuously trying to move lower, right? So before we took a nice short position on NASDAQ right here, off of VIX at support, NASDAQ at resistance, but then what happened? Price started to turn up on us, but then we broke through it on VIX. So I'm still looking for continuation to the upside on NASDAQ, right? That's been our daily bias. It's been our overall general trend in the market. That's been our trend since April. So there's really no point in fighting that trend until we get proven otherwise that that trend is no longer valid. I almost want to start deleting some of these older levels because it's just a lot of them. But let's see. What's this? This is coordinates 241. We could delete this one. I'll keep the key psychological levels. Oh, they're all off by 41. I'm like, why are they all off by 41? Because we had the contract rollover. So there's my answer. I don't feel like I could move them all up. Okay, I was gonna say I could not move them all up and just delete them all, but I might as well see if I could. Oh no, you can't select them all. You can over here somewhere. See if we can find them. Here they are, for the most part. Not really. Forget it. We delete them. Cleans up the chart too, you know? Gotta keep things clean. Could always add new key psychological levels, because guess what? They're not going anywhere. And they're not changing. That's what makes them key psych levels. Gold in a 5-minute fair value gap right now, but it was experiencing some selling pressure before, so I would be a little hesitant on taking any gold trades right now. It's very range bound. I also have a low volume shelf around 37.44, which is where our VWAP lines up today. So even more reason to be patient on something like gold. We traded gold very well today off of demand and off of support. So just trading with the
Yeah,
trend, overall
I'm
bias.
short on I'm short gold targeting 3750, which is the GEX level. And then you've got your next target down is going to be 37. Yeah, but still around 3750. Got some confluence there.
Gotcha, gotcha. Good stuff, good stuff. Be careful. Definitely be careful on that. Because we could be creating some higher lows here off of demand.
Yeah, my stop's already ahead of my position, so I'm good there.
Nice.
Um, I'm only also trading one contract now that I've hit profit target.
Cool.
Uh, so,
Alright.
and remember, we got this volume node down here at 3749-ish. So, if we're going to continue to play ping pong, 3749 will be a major south side target.
Gotcha.
We are at the mid of the 15-minute Bollinger Band. So that is an inflection point that dictates whether we continue to go north or south from here.
Cool. All right, let's see, guys. I'm waiting on Nasdaq for a possible pullback. Other than that, I'm really looking for gold to move lower towards that 37.44. Nas, we're being patient. We're just waiting in general right now. Good morning, everybody. Good night. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing well.
You going to go back and take you a nap here when you're done?
Nah.
Hey Kev, you have Bruce from Bookmap on this Wednesday, right?
No, I have him on this Wednesday. I don't know who I have yet this Wednesday. I gotta find somebody for this Wednesday. Next Wednesday I have these two traders, BK Trading. They used to trade Forex and now they trade futures. They're associated with Apex. The following week I have um Bruce. But that'll be a good one. I'll see too when I have him on that show if he'd be down to do like an exclusive like Bullishbrs webinar. That'd be fun.
Yeah, Bruce is great. And honestly, I want to ask him to start selling those hoodies. They
Hmm.
gave a couple away. They had a trading competition, but dude, put them on the store. You don't know how bad I want one.
Oh, I know.
I'm in Canada. It's freezing here, man. It's -30. Come
Oh,
on, give me.
jeez. I know. I was looking at that too, right? I was thinking the same thing. I was like, yo, those are
Minus
clean.
30. Good God.
I know, right? I could never, bro. But I guess you get used to it, right? Your body gets used to it. I think. I'd hope.
No,
No.
no,
No, I hate it every
no.
day.
Literally, nobody's body gets used to -30, dude.
Yeah,
Nobody.
no. I know. But that's wild. That's wild. Like New York, I'm saying it's cold because it used to be like 70, 75, and now it's like 50s. And you're like -30. I'm like, I'm good. Think I'd freeze to
Dude,
death.
50s is for shorts. I can wear my boxers around. It's fine. Come on.
Well,
Come
that's
on,
what
toughen up, man.
that's more what I mean by your body gets used to it. Like your body sort of associates, okay, now your 50s are warm for you, but for somebody else in a different area, that's cold. Especially like think like California, Florida people. Like, oh man, once it hits 60, they put sweatshirts on. How crazy is that?
I worked with a lady one time from North Dakota, and I'm in North Carolina in the central part here in the mid part of the United States. And but she wore shorts all year long, and she would say, it would be 40 degrees outside, and she's wearing shorts. She's like, "This is not cold." I'm like,
Hmm.
okay.
Nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, markets are pretty range bound right here. Possibly looking for a retest. Still looking for that 855 for a retest on NASDAQ. We retested 60 and 65 a couple of times, creating some higher lows off of those. We're testing previous day high. We double tested it. Two taps right there off of 2488. Just make sure that's right. Yep, 2488 and 2488. So we can look for a possible pullback here. Some people may have been looking for a break of that high to take profit. So a big pullback might really stop a lot of traders out. Or even get this, people who were waiting or anticipating this breakout, trying a long position right before that, get completely annihilated. So instead of buying the highs, if we know it's a bull trend, we want to wait for a pullback and we want to buy the lows and then sell the highs, right? Easy range bound trading, and that's going to help you in the long run because then you're going to know to look for base hits versus trying to get this big full move. A few things we have to do as traders is find the trend, confirm the trend, and then be patient for our trade, right? Find the setup and manage our risk. Let's see. Here we go. See that's what I'm saying. A lot of people were like chasing the longs up here. Stop loss at the recent 5-minute low. Boom, they got stopped out. Now their long position, they have to sell. That's going to add to the shorts. Meanwhile, we're just pulling back, supposedly, right now. So we'll see. We will see.
All right. Well, I'm done for the day here. I'm near double my daily target, so I'm not going to give that back. Um, so I'm going to wrap this up. I got to get outdoors and get to working. So I'm going to leave it with you, Sir Kevin. You can lead the faithful. Anyway, y'all have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, have a good day, Marziti. Good having you in this morning.
Have a good one, Marzini.
Have a good one, bro. Take care. All right, let's see, guys. There we go, guys. Nas on the pullback. Boom, 60s. Below 65. Boom, below 60. There it is, below 60. All right, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting there, guys. Hitting 60 as support. 60 was support last time we were here too, but I want to see if we can break that 60 and hit into that other area, right? We had our orb break out so far. Orb break out. And we're retesting into that zone. This was our orb high right here. So something else to look for too is if we could close within the orb, we could possibly look for a double break to the downside. Point of control moving higher again here. Last time it moved higher though, we pulled back. So let's see if it moves higher. We still get that extra pullback towards 50, 55, and then we find some support. I'm just waiting right now, guys. Seeing some buyers trying to pick up here on NASDAQ. I'm not entirely convinced. We're going to stay patient. Had a little bit of a low volume shelf right here at 56, but I wanted... Oh, orb is 56. I want 55. Here we go. Could also check our point of control. Hopefully it loads in. Alright, there's 56 for a second there at least. 57, 56, 75, 55. Dude, load in, come on. Alright, we'll try it. It didn't, obviously I didn't get filled yet, but I wanted to see if we could try to get filled on some NAS longs off of that orb low. So 860 is where I'm trying to get filled now. I'm sorry, not 60. 57. Ooh, I don't know if we're going to get a pullback towards 57. A quick little pullback towards 57. I'm getting in long. But we might not now. Let's see. 62. Yeah, I think this is just, let's see. Oh. I almost want to try it off 60, actually. Let's see if we get a retest off of 60. See, I'm like trying to adjust my entry and stop at the same time, because we don't want to miss our trade setup too. Now, let's see if we could retest that zone. I'm going to cancel it for a split second. See if we test it. Let's see. I'll get one position there on that queue. Alright, so filled me. I'm in a long. Stop at the low we just made. And looking for us to hold. We hit that low volume shelf I was looking for. Started to hold it. If we could really start to reverse here. Get some buying pressure, I'll add to it. And drag my stop and we'll scalp this higher. Equities trying to hold up. Nvidia with a little bit of a hit. So let's see how our equities are doing actually. VIX trying to move lower still. Weighted index struggling, but it's trying to hold support too. Let's just wait and see. Possibly see if we could wick into that zone one more time. Because if that's the case, then I could probably DCA dollar cost average down, right? Add to my position so my entry is a little better. But let's just wait and see. I'm either waiting for that to add to my position or I'm waiting for a big buyer to add to my position. But either way, probably not looking to get stopped out. Stop will be at 51. Do have some selling pressure. 4:05 left on this 5-minute. 15-minute just closed. Yeah, 15-minute just closed and opened. So let's see. Here's some buying pressure. I'm going to add on that with a new stop loss at the low we made on the 5-minute on the new contract I added. Same stop loss on the original. There we go. Nice. Good little add there too to increase the winner. Could also see if we can get out into some strength, if we could find some momentum. Equity's trying to hold. That's a plus. That's good. Really want to see us hold here on NASDAQ, get above that 70. If we get above 70, that'd be huge. All right, there's 70.25. There we go, 71.50, 72. Let's go, guys. Let's go, Nas. Pump that up.
Just staying true to myself. I just scalped it. 2 trades, 44 points. Or, yeah, 44. So it's 440. I'm good.
Nice. Dude, look at this guy's huge. Let's go, Nas. I'm gonna get out of one contract up here. Boom. Oh, no, I added. That's not what I meant to do. Fully exit then. Did not mean... It made me add, so then I just completely got out because I didn't want to be in 3 contracts. It's wild. But nice little scalp there on NASDAQ, guys. Just adding to the day. Love to see it. I'm just waiting for our confirmation, waiting for our zones, waiting for our price levels. Guys, it's A+ all around. Good being patient. Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the trading jury, I hope you guys all had a fantastic trading day. Hope you guys are as green as I am, if not even greener. Absolutely fantastic call-outs today. Great positioning. Great acknowledging which markets we should and shouldn't be trading. Great acknowledging also with gold that we should have been taking profit at the highs versus trying to hold it longer. That was phenomenal. So, guys, again, hope you all had a great day as well. Happy Monday. We'll be back here tomorrow to absolutely kill it.